Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Thursday, November 10, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Washington Wizards vs Dallas Mavericks. I like the Dallas Mavericks, minus 2.5 in this matchup, as they will be able to cover the spread on the road. The Mavs are currently scoring the second most points per game, and they have the third highest shooting percentage from the field. The Wizards have continued to struggle on the defensive side of the court, as I don't see them slowing down the Mavs in this game. Dallas also has the second highest adjusted offensive rating in the league, and the seventh best adjusted defensive rating. They have gotten the job done on both ends of the court to begin this year, and I don't see them slowing down now. Washington has the 23rd lowest adjusted offensive rating, as I see them struggling to consistently score throughout this game. Bradley Beal is also questionable, as I would recommend checking his status before this game starts. I will be taking the Mavericks regardless, but if he doesn't play, this game could get ugly. Dallas is also allowing the 6th least amount of points per game, and the Wizards are only scoring the 29th most. They will continue to struggle throughout this game, and Doncic will lead his team to victory. Washington won't be able to slow him down, as he will consistently set up his teammates for success. The Mavericks are the better overall team, and I don't see them cooling off against the Wizards. Pick the Dallas Mavericks and lay the points, minus 2.5. These are two of the slowest teams in the sport according to pace, as Dallas is 30th, with 94.6 possessions per 48 minutes, while Washington is 26th in the NBA, with 97.4 possessions per 48 minutes up to this point. Neither offense has been able to hit threes on a consistent basis, as the Mavericks are 17th, as they are shooting 35.7% from three, while the Wizards are 28th with 30.6% from beyond the arc. We talked about each of these defenses earlier, as both teams are in the top 11 in points per game allowed, so they will be able to focus on the defensive side of the floor and be successful. All in all, go with the under to hit, as it seems a more likely outcome. Take the under 209.5 points. Atlanta Hawks vs Philadelphia 76ers. Trae Young is dealing with a shin injury, and he will likely be a game-time decision for this matchup. Joel Embiid returned for the Philadelphia 76ers last game against Phoenix, and he looked good, scoring 37 points in 33 minutes. Embiid was given a couple games off, and he was solid in his first game back. The Hawks are undersized at the center position with 6'6" Capella. Embiid will have a clear matchup advantage. Even though Atlanta has a better record than Philadelphia, the Hawks have been inconsistent against good offensive teams. Atlanta was able to beat Milwaukee in their last game, playing without Trae Young, but this team gave up 139 points to Toronto, and the Hawks also couldn't get stops against Milwaukee 2 weeks ago either. Philadelphia should be the more focused team, coming in at 5-6, and Embiid should be ready for this game. Take the Philadelphia plus 1.5 points. Both of these teams have been inconsistent defensively so far this year, and Atlanta has preferred to play fast. Even though Philly has slowed the tempo at times this season, usually the home team dictates pace, and the Hawks prefer to play fast. The 76ers are also likely to play faster without Harden, who likes to slow the game down at times. The Hawks gave up 139 points to Toronto and 123 points to Milwaukee. Their defense has held up against better offensive teams for most of the year. Philadelphia's offense has looked solid without Harden. Maxey and Harris have stepped up, and Embiid is rested and playing more like the player he was last year. Atlanta still has a good offense even if Young sits out. Collins, Hunter, and Murray are capable of stepping up. This should be a wide open game with plenty of offense. Take the over 225.5 points. Miami Heat vs Charlotte Hornets. On the season, the Hornets are 24th in the league in scoring offense with 109.1 points per game. Charlotte is 5th in the league in rebounding as they collect 45.9 boards per contest and 9th in assists with 26.5 dimes per contest. The Hornets are 16th in scoring defense as they allow an average of 113.8 points per game. Terry Rozier leads the Hornets with 22.8 points plus 6 rebounds and 6.3 assists per game this season. Gordon Hayward, 17.4 points, 4.3 boards, 4.1 assists. Kelly Oubre Jr., 17.6 points, 4 boards. PJ Washington, 16.5 points, and Dennis Smith Jr., 9.7 points, 6.2 assists, are solid contributors on the offensive end of the floor. Jalen McDaniels, 9.6 points, 5.5 rebounds. Nick Richards, 10 points, 6.8 rebounds. Mason Plumlee, Theo Maledon, Cody Martin, James Bouknight and Bryce McGowan are looked at to provide rotational depth for the Hornets. Charlotte is 27th in the league in field goal percentage as they shoot 44.2% from the field as a team. The Hornets are 24th in threes per game with 10.8 per contest and 23rd in three-point field goal percentage by shooting 33.9% from beyond the arc. Charlotte could be battling fatigue here as this marks the second game of a back-to-back situation and their third game in 4 nights here. The Hornets also could be without Hayward, who has missed 3 straight games and will miss a 4th Wednesday, while Ball has yet to take the floor this season. Miami hopes that Harrow will be back in the mix for this contest, but they have 2 days of rest with no travel involved for this contest. The Heat do have Butler and Adebayo on the floor. They should be better than we've seen in the first few weeks of the season. You have to give the upper hand to Miami in this contest, given how fatigued Charlotte is at this stage, not to mention their injury woes. Take the Miami Heat. Victor Oladipo and Omer Yurtseven remain out with leg injuries for Miami. Tyler Herro did not play against Portland due to an ankle injury, and Udonis Haslem has been out due to personal reasons. Herro is questionable to play on Thursday, and so is Caleb Martin. He is listed as day-to-day with a right quadriceps contusion. The key stat for the Heat in their loss to Portland was their turnover total. Miami only turned the ball over 12 times, while the Trailblazers gave up the Bay 19 times. The Heat took advantage by scoring 17 points off of turnovers. Portland scored 24 points off of Miami's turnovers. The Heat are 4th to last in the NBA in points scored as they average only 108 points per game. The Heat Does have the highest free throw percentage at 87.7%. Miami is only allowing 109 points per game, which rank 9th in the league. The Heat are 2-0 against the spread this season. Both teams rank towards the bottom of points scored per game. The Heat are allowing the 8th fewest points in the league on defense. Charlotte's defense is giving up the 4th fewest three-point percentage in the league, too. The under is 5-1-1 in Hornets' last 7 games overall. The under is 5-2 in the Heat's last 7 Thursday games. Take the under at 217 points.